Hello, and welcome to the Progressive Viewpoint. This channel is meant to spread information and commentary on American politics and other world events based on the facts, with a little bit of my own opinion thrown in. So today, I'm going to talk about the U.S. presidential election, and specifically my views on the so-called electability question of Bernie Sanders. The fact is, this so-called question is completely fabricated by those working against Bernie. Hillary Clinton and the mainstream media would desperately like you to believe that she is the more electable candidate. So much so that in the most recent CNN town hall, Anderson Cooper brought up Bernie's better polling results by asking if Hillary Clinton truly buys the fact that Bernie is polling better than her. And of course, she said she doesn't buy it. Well, based on the Michigan primary, she has a pretty good reason not to trust the polls, but as far as I'm concerned, the numbers don't lie. So let's get to the core of this electability question. For the sake of being as unbiased as possible, I'm letting you know that I'm a strong Bernie supporter, and he is my first choice for president. But we're going to make sure to show you the facts and data regarding this electability argument. The first thing you hear the pundits throw at Bernie is that he is currently less electable than Hillary Clinton, and I'm going to prove that wrong in just a second. But first I want you to consider their past electability. The question here is how electable have they been in the past? Well, you have to consider a couple of things. Hillary Clinton has only held one elected office, serving 2 terms in the Senate from 2001 to 2009. Bernie, on the other hand, has held an elected position since 1981, when he became the mayor of Burlington, Vermont, and was re-elected for 4 consecutive terms, then going on to Congress where he has held a position as a representative since 1990. Based on this, it sure seems like Bernie is doing something right. Apparently, his constituents just can't stop voting for him. Granted, the only position Hillary has campaigned for was in 2008, besides her Senate run. But Bernie has a strong track record of electability, even against strong opposition. Now today, the mainstream media perpetuates the myth that Hillary is somehow more electable than Bernie. So let's look at the polling. Let's see the numbers. According to the Real Clear Politics average of recent polls, Clinton beats Trump by about 9 points, while Sanders achieves a whopping 16-point advantage against Trump. So both of these are positive victories against Trump. But Hillary's claim to an electability advantage is not only currently false, but was also blatantly untrue as recently as February, when she was only narrowly polling better against Trump. On February 1st, Hillary was ahead of Trump by only 3.5 points, while Bernie was ahead by 8.7 points. Now, both Sanders and Clinton have gained significant numbers through February and March, as Trump has seemingly fallen behind pretty dramatically, at least according to the polling averages. But let's compare their numbers against the other Republican candidates. Versus Cruz, Hillary is only up by 1.4 points, while Bernie crushes Cruz with a 49-41 victory. Versus Kasich, Hillary loses by 5 points, while Bernie wins by an extremely narrow 0.6%. Keep in mind, these numbers are only based on a few polls, but the results are clear. Against any current Republican candidate, Sanders wins the polls by a higher margin than Clinton, and Hillary, in fact, loses her matchups against Cruz and Kasich. So whatever supposedly makes Clinton a more electable, it's certainly not polling data. So, not only does Sanders have a 36-year track record on winning elections, he also beats her in the most recent polling against Republicans, and has for several months. Yet the mainstream media and the Clinton camp continue to spread the lie that somehow Hillary Clinton is more electable. I wonder how they got to that conclusion. Alright, they made it up, just to make Clinton look better. But what else is new? This is why we need new media. This is why we need progressive voices to be heard. Hillary Clinton and her neoliberal agenda are going to slow down the progress of our country. Just imagine what we could achieve with a President Sanders. Too bad, according to the forces aligned against him, he is simply unelectable, even though he beats all 3 Republican candidates in the most recent polling by a significantly higher margin than Clinton. Well, that about wraps up this video. Please like if you enjoyed the content and subscribe for more upcoming videos. Thank you for watching The Progressive Viewpoint.